Have you ever wondered why the price of petrol keeps changing? Or why the stock market is so important? Or why, if one country goes bankrupt, that affects the entire world? Well, it's all to do with economics, gathering information, making predictions and advising others. If this sounds like something you might be into, then come with me as I have a chat with economist Alan Langford to find out just what it is that he does. Economists are all about researching and analysing things, like how a society uses scarce resources to produce goods and services, foreseeing the effects and then working out a plan to achieve the best outcome. Alan.
Oh, hi Rebecca, how are you?
Yeah, great. What are you working on?
Oh, just checking out where the Australian dollar's going at the moment.
Well, that's actually why I'm here. I want to find out what it's like to be an economist. Can you help me out?
Yeah, sure. I think the currency can wait for a few minutes. Let's go outside and have a chat.
Sounds good.
Okay, Rebecca, what would you like to know?
Tell me everything there is to know about being an economist, because I have no idea.
Well, they analyse the economy, funnily enough, and because I work for a bank, I do a lot of financial market analysis, whereas an academic economist might do something very specialised, like the labour market. So it's really horses for courses, but I'm very much a macroeconomist. That means the big picture. It could be any number of things that I'm looking at, particularly financial markets, because so much happens in financial markets these days.
And what are you looking at for in those financial markets?
Oh, trends and turning points, things like that, whether interest rates are, say, falling and about to rise, whether they're going to stay where they are, and particularly with currencies. That's a very important part of financial market trends, for instance.
And why did you decide that you wanted to work in a bank with your economist stream?
Oh, well, I did start off with an industry body originally, and then moved into the bank 26 years ago, and it's been very interesting because I just like the analysing financial markets, the dynamics of them and how they work, and sometimes how they don't work.
And what would you say the most challenging part of your job is?
The difficult part is to strike the right balance between looking at an indicator that might be troublesome, and you want to point that out so that people are not blindsided by it, but equally you don't want to scare them. That's always a challenge.
And what would you say the best part is? What do you enjoy the most?
Yeah, just the dynamism of the economy, and particularly financial markets. It's always changing, and there's always something to analyse, and there's always something in the data. It's just a matter of finding it, and that's really challenging and exciting, yeah.
Okay, Alan, now it's time to give me the edge. You ready?
Sure.
All right, so what does somebody need to study if they were going to become an economist?
Well, you would have to study economics or perhaps finance or a business degree at a tertiary level for sure, perhaps 2 or 3 years experience then, and then maybe do some postgraduate or an honours degree from that if you want to take it further as a professional economist.
What characteristics are best suited to somebody in this line of work?
Well, you certainly need an inquisitive mind because there's lots of data that you've got to analyse. Communication skills are very important, both written and oral, and public speaking is really important. You know, if an economist couldn't speak in public or got nervous, it would be like a doctor who couldn't stand the sight of blood. It's a key part of your job.
And for you personally, if you could do one thing differently but still end up where you are today, what would it be?
Oh, look, I don't know that I'd change all that much. I think I'm happy the way it's panned out. The job's changed significantly as I've been doing it over the years, and I really wouldn't change all that much, to be honest, Rebecca.
Well, thank you so much for having a chat with me today, Alan. It's been great getting an insight on what it's like to be an economist.
Thanks, Rebecca. You're very welcome.
Authorised by the Government of Western Australia, Perth.